Kill la Kill episode 4. The only thing that sucks about this is although all 5 of the comments I have here are awesome, and I really do appreciate them, they are awesome, I just wish that I had more viewers and more comments so I could sit here and do like an hour and a half or a 2-hour viewer comment video, because this series is so freaking good. I talked to my brother-in-law about this. He's actually just slightly older than I am, and we've spoken more about this series than anything else, anime-wise, because it's so dense. As you know, the series is so good, and the scene that kept coming back to me the most out of episode 4, believe it or not, it's the saddest thing. It's where, I mean, this is what makes this series so freaking great, is the little stuff. It just happens in passing real quick. When the students form a classroom, right, this is sad, so that they can pretend that they made it, right, and that they're not the following day, and they're sitting there doing roll call, pretending doing roll call, so they don't have to face the truth that the next day they will be kicked out of school and lose their homes with them and their family. Wow. Oh my gosh. That, and of course, as I said, Maiko is however you pronounce her name. She is not just the funniest, but she is she's really the center of the thing. I know that sounds crazy. You'd think Ryoko is, but really it seems to be her, you know, as this crazy sidekick that's maybe a little too into our main female character, if you know what I mean. That whole thing is funny, hilarious. I like the way the Japanese handle that stuff. It's pretty funny, and it's not really offensive or anything. Anyway, I love it. Let's go ahead and get to viewer comments, which are awesome, by the way. I just wish there was more of them. All right. Acid is talk. I think this was a great standalone episode. That being said, the opening had me in stitches. It was a great reminder of just how good she is even without the suit. And that with it, she is developed into something extremely potent. I love the ending when, after being seated, when she raises her hand, it's as if she was bored and the whole trip into school was just another day. I actually, from reading this a few days, I mentioned this because I saw it, but I didn't focus on it, and I actually mentioned that I've actually mentioned what you said right there, because that was, the very ending was beautiful, right? Because Maiko is sleeping, and gets the dog with her, and it literally just like, bored with it. Yeah, okay. That was amazing. Awesome comments, Acid. All right, Elijah Lawson. I know I'm not saying that right. Another great episode. I love the bit where they're cleaning her uniform, right off the bat, and it's screaming for help like it's being tortured. And I was already laughing way too hard at that point. It just made my day. And the part where it goes, oh, the wrinkles, they're coming out. And then it starts enjoying it. It was so funny already, and they just kept taking it to another level. It was awesome. Thanks, Elijah. Gosh, I know I'm not saying that right. Okay, NW Order for Life. Elijah. Okay, I'll go with that. NW Order for Life. I don't really know what to say. There was so many things in this episode that it's hard to specify certain parts. I actually didn't like that Ryoko didn't have Sengetsu for most of the episode. I guess I was expecting it to be what the next episode likely is, an all-out battle with every student. I enjoyed the new character and how she wanted to take control from Satsuki, and all that was awesome. And Mako's family is hilarious as always. Truly, I think the lack of fighting made this episode the worst for me so far. NW Order for Life, another comment. Despite that, this episode was still leagues better than any other anime playing this year. Wow. At some point in this episode, I was laughing in front of my computer. The absurdity of the traps and the lame running joke with Ryoko flashing the males in the family to the old grannies with the rocket launchers. All very hilarious. Really enjoyed Satsuki as well, and he got some nice character development in this episode. The episode was great. It's just it wasn't up to snuff with the previous episodes. I'm dying for an all that fight. The thing where he starts off with the suit, right? Guts is carrying him off, and that whole thing. But at the end, when Satsuki, the suit, is riding Guts, at the end, oh my God. But see, you really nailed it right here as far as it not being as good. I think it was as good as episode 1. To me, this felt like an episode and a half. But I mean, whenever the worst score you get is, I mean, to feel like a full episode is like 100. Okay, I mean, this is like 150. This is like bonus extra credit or whatever. You know, that's how good this is. And I like your second part because you're really like, even though I didn't like this or that, or it wasn't what I was expecting, it was still freaking awesome. And this is, I love this so much. Like I said, I just wish I was doing this for like, you know, I've already done some hour-long viewer comment videos. This is so good. This series is so damn good. Gosh, I just totally nerd fan out on this whole thing. Just loving it, absolutely. All right, awesome comments, everybody. Last comment on here, which is awesome, but just breaks my heart. Like I say, I realize I'm doing a lot of complaining on here, but gosh, the series is so good. All right, KX Mixer X. This is exactly what I wanted out of a follow-up episode to Riku's versus Satsuki episode. This needs to be a slow grind. Her journey to mastery every battle that the disciplinary committee throws at her needs to be arduous, so that when the moment she finally gets to face Satsuki, the right is earned and not simply given. I also like how Ryuko had to handle what the disciplinary committee threw at her without the aid of Senketsu. It showed that she has strength of her own as well. That was awesome. And I like the idea that Maiko, okay, not her friend, but the one that was in, she was in charge of, the student in charge of traps or what, however, the trap committee, whatever, that whole thing, that she was someone that had to be defeated. I mean, that's genius. So, I mean, of the trap committee, that means that there's going to be so many different, which is what we were talking about in previous episodes, of people that she's going to have to fight. No late day. Still Mako at the beginning. It's no late day, and explaining everything. And you know, I appreciate everyone making comments. I realize I was complaining a little bit, but the series is so good, and all 5 of your comments are fantastic. I love it. I just appreciate it so much. Let me go ahead and end this video, though, and hopefully there'll be more, but you know what? Hey, I'll take what I get. It's freaking awesome. I got the series, and I got you making awesome comments. Anybody can be an anime fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.